Hey guys, what's going on? Klaus here, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. We have an update to talk about. Let's just cut straight to the chase, okay? Earlier today, Clash of Clans Supercell released a 2017 balance update blog. I retweeted it on my Twitter, so if you're not following me on Twitter, be sure and go do that. But I will post a link to the blog in the video description so that if you haven't seen this, you can go ahead and check it out. But this very well may be the worst update in Clash of Clans history, or it could be the best. That is where I'm at right now. I'm so unsure of this update that it's got to be, as Powerbang put it, the most controversial update in Clash of Clans history. And I'm going to kind of give both angles to what this update really means. And I figured I would put this out as quickly as I can. We had a stream earlier today, episode 60 of Fix That Rush. That was awesome. But the only thing anybody wanted to talk about was the update. So let's do it. Let's talk about the update. It's a huge update, a balance update coming in Christmas of 2017. I'm just going to read off these things and give my thoughts, give my opinions of what this means, what this could mean, if it's good, if it's bad, if it's ugly, if it's pretty, whatever. So getting straight into it, the first thing that they list is the golem. We're having an HP adjustment for the golem, and that's cool. Level 1, 2, and 3 golem getting a buff. Level 1 going from 4,500 HP to 5,100. So that's a pretty significant change over a 10% buff. I mean, that's pretty crazy. The golem is going to be able to tank very, very nicely. That's a huge offense buff. Level 2 is going from 5,000 to 5,400, so 400 more hit points for him. And then level 3 from 5,500 to 5,700 HP. I mean, I've always thought that the golem seems to melt like instantly in some cases. So it would be good to have more HP. That's going to give people more time to put their stuff down, more time to put their spells down. More time equals more room for error, and I think that's a good change. I mean, buffing the golem, buffing any of the tanks is always going to stabilize somebody's attack more. So I'm cool with the golem update. I think it's a great thing. Also, the Lava Hound is the second thing they list on the blog. The Lava Hound is getting an HP buff. Again, level 1, 2, and 3. Level 1 going from 5,700 to 6,100. Level 2 going from 6,200 to 6,500. And level 3 going from 6,700 to 6,800. So that's a 400, 300, and 100 HP buff as the levels go. So is that good? Of course it is. Again, having a stronger tank is going to allow for a more stable attack and give people more of a chance to react. One thing that's probably bad about the Lava Hound getting more HP is in some cases, I throw down a Lalo attack and the hounds don't pop. And then I don't have the pups for cleanup. So, I mean, it might sound like an excellent thing. Yeah, more HP. Lava Hound's going to be stronger. But what if you overkill a base and it's going to be even easier now to overkill a base because the Lava Hound has more HP, is less likely to pop on you to allow your pups around to clean up. So is that good or is that bad? I think I'm kind of on the ropes, but obviously having stronger tanks is good for the majority of players. Number 3, guys, on this this blog here, the Balance Update blog, we have Giants also getting HP buff. I think I misspoke during the stream and said they're getting nerfed, but they are in fact getting buffed. Level 5, level 7, and level 8 Giants are getting a buff. From level 5 is going from 670 to 720 HP. That's 50 extra HP. That's huge for a level 5 Giant. Level 7 is going from 1,100 to 1,220 HP. 120 extra HP per Giant. That is huge. And then level 8 Giants going from 1260 to 1440, guys. That is 180 extra HP per Giant. The Giants are getting a major buff, and that's good for a lot of people as well. Giants are like a poor man's golem. Somebody doesn't want to spend Dark Elixir or whatever on a tank. I think the Giant is going to be huge. They didn't get a DPS boost or anything like that, but just a more tanky Giant lasting just an extra second or two is going to be huge for the game. And I think it's a good change as well. Similar to the golem, it's a ground tank, and it's going to stabilize a lot of players' attacks. But those were probably the 3 least controversial parts of this update. Now we're getting into some fun stuff. Number 4 on this list is the miners. The miners are getting a major nerf, people. Going from housing space is going to be increased from 5 to 6 per troop. So right now, let's say 240 army camp space can carry a ton of miners. 240 divided by 5, whatever that is, but now it's going to be divided by 6. That is a significant change in the amount of miners that people are going to be able to take to an attack. And they're nerfing the miners, because if you watched my stream earlier, I 3-starred every base using mass miners. So I think it's a good change. I think anything that you can spam and 3-star every base with is probably too strong. So I'm okay with this miner update, this miner change. Miners tend to be a bit spammy, which is okay for the casual player, and I don't mind that, but I'm not a I do think that miners are a bit too strong now, and this is going to significantly nerf them, significantly change how miners are used in I think every case. So am I a fan of this miner change? I love my miners. Don't get me wrong, guys. I don't like watching my miners get weakened, but it's the fact that I like them so much that's why it's getting nerfed. So I get it. I understand they want more variety in the attacks. Miners should not be the end all be all for 10-10s and 11s attacking. So I'm okay with that update. I think it's probably a good change, a good nerf to the miner. Hopefully it doesn't nerf them all the way down into the ground. We'll just have to see. The next one, because I've lost count, is the Barbarian King and the Archer Queen are getting 5 more levels at Town Hall 11. All right, so far we're seeing all offensive buffs in this update, which I find to be kind of interesting, that we're going to go, the max level at Town Hall 11 will be level 50, not level 45, level 50. And that is significant. And besides that, I mean, yeah, sure, that only affects Town Hall 11's big deal, but that makes all the upgrades that are below 45 cheaper. So that really does affect everybody, and everyone's going to like that, except for maybe some Town Hall 11s who are maybe seeing that as maybe overkill, because the next thing on this list is going to, I think, blow everybody's mind that doesn't know it's there. But talking about the Archer Queen, the Barbarian King, that's quite a significant buff to their damage, to their overall offensive capability. And they're already strong at 45, so I can't imagine what life is going to be like with level 50 heroes. But I think for the casual player, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to make the game even more easy. It's going to be a cheaper Dark Elixir upgrade for everybody to continue to progress their heroes. But at max Town Hall 10 or Town Hall 11, we might have an OP offense, especially for this next one. Let's talk about this next one now. This next one is by far the most controversial thing in this update. This is going to be known as the Inferno Tower nerf update. Let me read exactly what this thing says. It says the effects that prevents healing while receiving damage from Inferno Towers has been removed. That's right, guys. So anybody, Tunnel 9, 10, 11, anybody that's attacked an Inferno Tower, and that's probably most of us, know that the Inferno Towers are scary as heck. And so, you know, if you get a Queen Walk and she comes in contact with an Inferno Tower, the Inferno Beam soaks up the healing and prevents the healing from the healers, or the same with the heal spell on some miners or whatever, hogs. So that effect is being removed from the game. This is a huge change. It's completely changing the game at Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11. Because right now, Inferno Towers and Eagles at Town Hall 11, we're not talking about that. Let's talk about Town Hall 10. Inferno Towers are the centerpiece. It's the thing that people want to protect because it's the most powerful defense. Because of that anti-healing, you know, attribute. That's a good way to put it. So now that that's being removed, the Inferno Tower's DPS is all that it has to offer. And it really isn't that much. If you look, and I don't know the numbers, but if you look, the multi-targeting Inferno, even at max level, does not do that much damage. So what's going to happen to the Inferno Tower? It's probably going to be removed from the limelight a bit. Probably base design is going to take a drastic change. People are going to focus more on the defenses that do the most damage, likely the Wizard Towers and other things that do splash damage. But this is a huge change, and not only defensively, which again, base meta is going to change completely. People are going to change the way they build their bases, but also I think this is a major buff to offenses, because now you know, like in the past, you had to use your Queen ability on the Inferno Towers. You had to use your Grand Warden's ability on the Inferno Towers, but now you don't have to do that. So all you have to do is drop another Rage and boom, the Inferno Tower goes down. It's going to completely, it's going to be a life changer offensively. And I think this is where this is either the worst or the best update in the game. And let me explain why it would be the best. Okay, let's talk about why this would be the best update in the game. It's the best update in the game because the majority of us, the majority of players are casual players. We get on, we do our 2 attacks every 2 days, and that's it. We don't do a lot of anything else. We might farm on occasion as well, but we're not hardcore. We don't study the bases. We don't plan our attacks. We don't voice chat, draw up sketches, and have scouters during our attack. That's a very small number of players. And so what this is going to do, nerfing and removing that heal blocking ability of Inferno Towers and allowing them to be standard defenses, is going to completely just change the way people attack bases, and it's going to make people more successful. So people that aren't into the super competitive scene of Clan Wars are going to see this as a positive change. They're going to say, hey, I can finally 3-star bases with Infernos, and that's going to make a lot of people happier. And that's why I think this is a good change for those types of players, the casual players, because it's just going to make the game more enjoyable, having more success on offense. But, well, not but quite yet. Let's stick to the positive side. The positive side also is Supercell. You know, they recognize that a lot of players play Tunnel 9 indefinitely because Tunnel 10 is Infernos. That's no fun. Tunnel 9, Lifers, they want that 3-star. This is going to encourage those Tunnel 9 Lifers to move on to Town Hall 10 and move on to Town Hall 11, because previously that Inferno Tower was preventing them from wanting to do that. So it's a positive on that side, that people are going to be more successful. They're going to enjoy the game more and want to attack and not be scared to death of Infernos, because they are rather scary. But what about in the competitive side of things? What about the war players that enjoy the fact that their clan wins on Tunnel 10 3-stars? Now it's going to be easier to 3-star Tunnel 10s and 11s. So where's that competitive scene going to go? Well, a lot of the competitive scene, a lot of other YouTubers that kind of represent the competitive scene, they're going to say this is a bad effect because it's just going to promote more spam attacks. It's going to make it easier. The game will become less competitive. And that is absolutely true as well. I am a little bit worried about this update and what it will do to the competitive scene, what it will do to my serious war clan. Is it going to get too easy and people are going to lose interest? I don't know. I'm worried about that as well. That's why this might be the worst update in Clash of Clans history. The worst or the best? I don't know. I'm kind of torn. And it's so hard to speculate on updates when you haven't played it before. So that's what I recommend that you guys do. I recommend, we're not going to be able to stop this update. So let's just wait for it to drop before we start panicking. End of the world style. Apocalypse is coming. You know, enjoy the update, see how it is, and draw up our conclusions from here. But yeah, definitely Inferno Tower changes is a huge, huge change for the game. Whether you love it or you hate it, it's coming regardless. So I guess let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. But we still got a couple more things that we need to discuss. The walls, right? The walls. So 25 additional wall pieces have been upgraded to, or maybe upgraded to level 12. Now you can have 125 wall pieces to level 12 at Town Hall 11. So that's cool. Hey, you know, that's a defensive upgrade, or a defensive buff. We needed that. But it's only 25 walls. It's going to give the players that are maxed out more stuff to do, which is good. I don't see anything negative about giving them more walls. Next one, and this one is the second most controversial part of this update. Again, best or worst? I don't know. The army camps. So the army camps at Town Hall 11 are going to gain an additional level at max level 9. I believe, but I don't know for sure, that means that each upgrade to the army camps will gain an extra 5 troop spaces, giving an additional 20, and the troop space total being 260 at Town Hall 11. Don't quote me on the numbers. I don't know, but this is a huge change as well. Town Hall 11 already had very, very good, they were able to dip in 3-star Town Hall 10s rather easily. Not easy, not 100%, but pretty easily. Now we're gaining hero levels. We're gaining army camp levels, so more troops. Yes, they're nerfing our miners, but we still have a lot of troops. And now the Infernos don't soak up healing, so just like Powerbang said, you're going to see a lot more Queen Walks, a lot more Queen Charges. You're going to see Queen Charge Mass Hog. You're going to see Lalo. You're going to see all these attacks surge into popularity once again, even though they already were popular, because the major obstacle on those bases was the Inferno Towers and the anti-healing capability. Now you just drop a heal on a bunch of miners and boom, Inferno Tower goes down. So again, worst update in the world because it's going to make it even easier for 10 or 11s to dip in 3-star or maybe 3-star other 11s. So there's going to be less of a discrepancy between the scores in war. It's going to be probably more close, or we might even see perfect wars on both sides nonstop. I don't know. We don't know. But the other side is, yes, it's going to get easier to 3-star, and people who are casual are going to love this update because, hey, it's going to be even easier to be successful, and that's what people like in games. Competitive. You have the competitive scene versus the I just want to have fun in 3-star bases. Best or worst? I don't know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. And then last but certainly, definitely not least, another nerf to defense, guys. The X bow is getting nerfed. DPS has been adjusted for level 2, 3, and 4. Level 3 is available at 1009. Level 4 is available at 1010. So this is a DPS drop by 10 DPS for both, or all, level 2, 3, and 4. From 70 to 60, from 90 to 80, and from 100 to 90. So not only are we losing the anti-healing of Infernos on defense, but also our X-bows, which I would naturally think of as the next best defense, is getting a nerf in its DPS output. So this update will be notorious, or it's going to be celebrated, for being the ultimate offensive update and the biggest defensive nerf update. My overall opinion of the whole thing, it's hard for me because, like I said, I kind of veer between the two. Am I a serious war player? Well, my clan is, and I enjoy that type of content. I like the competition, but am I a casual player? Yeah, I mean, I enjoy being successful. So my personal opinion, I can't say yet. The update has not dropped. We have not seen it. We have not seen the evolution of bases. We haven't seen the new types of attack strategies that are going to come out. But I think we're going to see a surge in the success of 10-10 v10 3-stars, the success of 10-11 dips, and possibly even the success of 10-11 v11 3-stars in war. As you know, maybe as a trophy pusher, it's going to be easier. You're going to be able to push even easier now, get higher if you really have the time to do that. As a farmer, yes, that dark elixirs between 2 Inferno Towers, no big deal. No big deal. You'll be able to push, you'll be able to get in there, not a big deal. So I'm scared for the competitive war scene. I'm excited for the farmers and pushers. I don't know how it's going to go. But that's going to be it. I talked a lot longer than I expected, guys. I wanted to give you guys my first impressions of this update as soon as I could. Like Powerbang said in his video, because I did watch it before I posted this one, that I'm sorry there was no gameplay. I just wanted to be candid with you. Those are my opinions on the update. I don't know if it's accurate. Don't quote me on any of it, besides what I read from the blog. Again, I'll put that link in the video description. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Do you meh? Do you not care? How do you feel about the update, guys? That's going to be it for me for now. Don't worry. There will be more on the update soon, especially after it goes live. I love you guys. Like the video if you did, in fact, like it. Subscribe if you haven't joined the Klaus family for daily gaming, Clash, and other game videos. And as always, I will see y'all again next time.